little bit of a mess in here.
I actually did something really fun with my business plan this year.
Happy New Year, you guys. Welcome to the first studio vlog of 2025. I feel very rusty picking up my camera today because it's been like 3 weeks more since I vlogged or like recorded anything. I think like the last time I vlogged was like the middle of December and it's now the first Monday of January. I am back in the studio, but I don't have anything official on my work schedule this week because the goal for this week is to reset the studio, like reset my business plans and do all of that lovely like start of the year admin stuff. First up, resetting the space because things are a little bit of a mess in here. I did take down the Christmas decorations already, so it's also looking a bit bare. This week the goal is to do like a 2025 reset. The first vlog that I did of 2024, the first video that I uploaded to my channel in 2024 for my kind of YouTube comeback last year was my 2024 reset vlog, and so it feels really full circle to be doing like a second one, to be like a whole year later still feeling good about showing up to YouTube. First on the reset list is to reset the space, and you guys don't judge me, but I'm gonna move the furniture again. I've been thinking a lot about this since the Christmas decorations went up. You guys know that I like made this little corner setup for myself. The last time that I had like a furniture rearrange procrastination day, and I've loved the corner setup, but it just doesn't feel right having the corner in this part of the room. So I've been thinking about maybe like moving everything around. It's gonna be like quite a hefty room reset, which I haven't done in a while, but I feel like the start of the year is the best time to like rearrange furniture. So let's get into it. Let's reset the space, let's reset the room, and let's kick off our 2025 with a good old New Year work reset. I feel like with just a small little turn of the furniture, everything just feels way more spacious and bright in here. I rotated the desk, so I still have the corner because I really liked being able to like work with that, but I've also centered my desktop a little bit more so I have more space. I also put down my lovely new catnip desk mat or mouse mat, which has got this gorgeous little bow at the top. I also had a Christmas/winter one, which I was going to leave out a little bit longer, but I love these desk mats so much that I'm definitely going to order some more from her. I also did like a haul from Catnip. I ordered myself a lot of stuff from her website for Christmas this year. I always order myself something from another like small business or creative business owner as a Christmas present to myself. This year I ordered from Catnip. It came on Christmas Eve and I unboxed it. I did do a little unboxing for Instagram Reels because it was kind of after I finished up vlogging for the year, so I didn't vlog it, but I will insert that reel so you can see everything that I ordered, and I'll also put all of the links under this video in the description of all of the different stuff that I ordered. Something I don't think about every time I move the furniture is that I suddenly have no idea where to put my camera or my phone if I'm like vlogging or trying to record something for Instagram stories. I don't think this is such a bad spot. We're gonna figure it out, but I'm pretty happy with how this turns out. It feels good, it feels nice and airy. I feel like there's still like a few smaller things that I could probably rearrange, but for now I'm pretty happy with how everything is. So that is number one, checked off the reset to-do list. Next up on the list is to actually sit down and kind of do my end of year reflections. There's two things that I like to do for that. One of them is a workshop that I've done every year by Lucy Sheridan. Usually I do it during Christmas break, but honestly I wasn't in the mood for it and I just wanted to listen to that and give myself some grace. As you guys know, I really struggled last year with burnout and creative block, and so over the Christmas break I really just wanted to stop. And then usually after I've done that workshop, after I've watched it and I've done the journaling related to that, I do a yearly compass, which is a free downloadable workbook. Again, it helps you reflect on the year gone, and then it helps you like get really clear on the goals you want to set for the year ahead. I like to do both of those things before I sit down and like actually concretely write out my business plan. I've already shared with you guys what my goals for 2025 are. I'm pretty clear on the direction that I want to go, but I think the thing that I struggle with is taking like the big vision and starting to put it into actionable steps. And so Lucy's workshop plus the yearly compass workbook always help me and be like really clear on like, okay, this is what I need to do first, this is what I need to do next, and I can look at my calendar for the year ahead without getting overwhelmed when I start to think about mapping things out. So I'm gonna do that workshop and start the workbook, and then tomorrow we're gonna start actually writing our business plan for the year. It's actually a couple of days since I last checked in. My reset week has been going slower this year than any other year before. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have really been struggling to get into that like new year energy this week. Honestly, I think I'm still really drained and tired from the end of 2024. So I've just been trying to be really mindful of that. Coco is bringing me a slipper. It's so funny because he's just been chilling all morning until I turned on the camera and I started talking. He just got all excited. The last 2 days, I started my 2025 business plan. So actually taking all of those ideas that I talked to you guys about in my 2025 brand and business goals video and putting them into an actual concrete plan. I don't know about you guys, but I love the goal setting phase. I love the Pinterest scrolling phase. I love the visualizing. I love making the mood boards. I love coming up with the ideas of the things I'm gonna launch and make and do in the year. But actually putting it into a concrete plan is when I always hit this wall of resistance where the anxious part of me really does not like committing my ideas to like a calendar. So all of that jibber jabber aside, I actually did something really fun with my business plan this year. So I actually wanted to show you guys how I planned it out so that it's not something that's just gonna like live in a document or in a notebook page and just stay there until the end of the year, but actually something I can see and access easily and follow and keep myself accountable to. So let's
have a look at what I did this year. This year, I have done something that I have never done before with my business plan, and I have used Milanote. As you guys know, I am a Notion girly, and so I kind of looked at Milanote a couple of times and I thought to myself, I don't really know what this is gonna give me that Notion doesn't already give me. But then I saw Catherine K of Catnip doing her 2025 plan, and she showed how she created it with Milanote, and I fell in love with it because how visual Milanote is. I really loved the idea of using Milanote because I could bring all of the aspects of my planner from previous years into one space. Let me just stop talking about it and actually show you. So this is my homepage at the moment. There's not a lot happening. I've created a little daily dump card because I like with Milanote, you can turn on a setting with to-do lists where when you tick it off, it actually deletes the task. This is my 2025 business plan. First of all, I love that it's visual. I love that I can change the colors of the cards, and not only can you just can you change the color of cards, but you can actually put in custom colors, and you can click this arrow to get to hex codes. So you can actually copy and paste the hex code of your brand colors. Let me walk you through the different sections of this business plan. So if you've never created a business plan, you feel free to magpie, as we say, anything here that resonates with you and like put it into your own style or make it work for your business. The first card over here is the 2025 overview card. This is where I have put down basically all of those goals that I shared in my last video where I shared like my 2025 goals. First section is my word of the year experiment. I love to have my word of the year like front and center when I'm doing my planning. This is my Milanote version of my 2025 vision board with my word of the year at the center. There is a lot of different things going on in this vision board, but I've tried to capture all of those goals that I talked about in the last video. Some of these are aspirational goals and some of them are things that I'm trying to work towards within the next year. So I've got things like art licensing. I really want to be able to license my artwork to another brand this year, versus some of the more aspirational things on here like my YouTube silver play button. I'm a big believer that when you're creating a vision board, it's not just about putting things on that board that you think you can achieve in that year, but also about putting things on it that you are aspiring to, so you can start to lay the foundations for achieving that goal in this year. Then the next part of my business plan is I've broken down that vision board into actual goals. This year I wanted to be really, really clear, as I've already shared, on what I am launching and breaking it down rather than just thinking about the first quarter of the year and then figuring out the rest as I go. There's a ton of stuff on there, like having more apparel or merch drops on my bonfire store. I also obviously want to launch a new course, as I've mentioned, and rerun my KDP course. And then there's a ton of other things on there. And the final section that I put on here is my aspirational bonus goals. The rest of my 2025 business plan, I have broken down into quarters because this is the way that I have found planning my business works best for me. I have already tried my best to look at all of the things that I wanted to launch this year, and I've mapped them out here. For the first time, I've actually like put what month things are going to launch in, not just the quarter. The only quarter that I have fully planned out this week is quarter one. My word of the season or my word of the quarter for Q1 is romanticize. Up at the top of each quarter, I have a space to create a mood board for that quarter. Obviously I've only created the Q1 mood board. So if we click in here, I have brought in my goals for the quarter, which are out here on the business plan as well. So I have like what's launching, what are the goals for the quarter, and then I've got the steps for success. So on the mood board, I've brought in the goals. So I've got my word of the season, my learning goal, which I shared what my learning goal is all about in my 2025 goals video. Then I've created my mood board that links to all of these different goals, and also again to capture that vibe that I'm going for. I've pulled out some colors. I'm really feeling pink at the moment. I've also brought in some of my own work that reflects the direction that I really want to go this year. I've pulled out some illustrations that I did for Peachtober that I really loved and I think could be part of my spring apparel collection. That is my Q1 mood board. And then the other thing that I created for myself was a launch tracker. So we've got this kind of launch overview tracker. What I did to help myself with that is I brought this little launch overview in here. This is using my Canva quarterly launch tracker template, which I have linked in the description under this video. And what I also do with this quarterly tracker is I print it out and stick it up on my wall. What I actually did to bring it into my Milanote was I filled out the template on Canva like I always do. And then I took screen grabs of each page of the template and then brought them into Milanote to put them together exactly the same way that I do when I print and trim them and stick them up on my corkboard. So here you can see an overview of everything that I'm going to be launching, when I'm going to be launching it. I've mapped out what I'm launching first, and then I went in and kind of reverse engineered when I need to be working on different things so that they actually are ready to launch, giving myself more time for bigger projects, obviously, and less time for things that are going to be quicker and easier for me to turn around. That is basically my whole 2025 business plan. The very last thing that I want to do on my reset is actually print out my tracker, print out my 2025 vision boards, and update my cork boards to reflect the different projects and goals I'm going to be working on this year. I cannot believe how long it has taken me to do this reset. I can't believe that it's Friday and I started this video on Monday. And what's funny to me is I planned this out as my first video for 2025 because I was like, this will be like a one-day thing. I'll get my reset done in a day and I can record the whole video in a day and it will make editing really easy. But the room really feels just right. I added some final touches. I added some vinyl decals to the wall. I backed my notice board, which I'm so in love with. I've never put like backing on it. I'm really happy with how the room feels. And even though I'm a little bit frustrated with myself that it took me so long to get through this reset and to get into the new year mindset, I finally feel coming to the end of this week that I'm actually there, and that Monday I'll be ready to like actually jump in to work, to content, to finally feeling ready to show up for 2025. Thank you guys for watching this 2025 reset video. If you liked it, be sure to click that thumbs up button. And if you haven't done so already, click subscribe to join the growing creative community here on YouTube. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and comment my personal favorite emoji, the little sparkly emoji. The next thing on my personal to-do list is to sit down and start planning content, because I feel like I'm finally ready to be excited about that again now that I've like finished the reset and everything looks really cute in here. I'm really looking forward to getting started with creating content next week for both YouTube and Instagram and maybe TikTok as well. But I would love to hear from you guys in the comments what you would like to see here on YouTube in 2025. I have a couple of ideas for videos that I'd like to create for you guys, but I'd also love to hear what you'd love to see, what you'd like to see maybe behind the scenes of. Is there a tutorial that you'd love for me to create? Is there a video that I created on my channel that's old and a little bit dated and you'd love to see me do like a refresh of it? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear your ideas as I start planning my 2025 YouTube content. I will see you guys in the comments and I will see you guys in the next video.